Hi y'all, this is your girl Tillery and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to discuss my breast cancer surgery. So if you watch my previous videos, I discussed how I discovered I had breast cancer, and my diagnosis was triple negative breast cancer, which is a very aggressive and it affects African American women the most. Latino women, white women, and Asian women. And it's very aggressive. It can spread very, very fast throughout the body. So early detection is important. I discussed chemotherapy and all the side effects that I went through in my previous video. So I'll leave both videos down in this video. So today I want to discuss my surgery. So after chemo, they give you 30 days to rest your body. And after 30 days, they schedule your surgery, which is the next part of your treatment. My treatment plan was consists of chemotherapy, and I had chemotherapy for 6 months, breast surgery, and radiation. So I had the surgery. I haven't started radiation yet. I'm about to. I already have my consultation and everything, but within a week or two, I will start that, and I'll make a video after I finish my radiation, and I'll discuss my experience with radiation. But today, it's about the surgery. So I met with the surgeon, and she told me what she was going to do. You know, she discussed her the procedure itself, which I had a lumpectomy, where they removed the lump, which I had the lump here on my left breast, and she referred me to a plastic surgeon. I was able to keep my breast. So the plastic surgeon, I love my plastic surgeon. He's fire. And he discussed with me what he was going to do. So they were going to work together. They worked together on my surgery. So his part was to, after she takes the lump out, he's going to repair the tissue and lift up my breast. And because the right breast was fine, he had to, you know, do the same thing so they're asymmetrical. So I wouldn't have a healthy breast and a breast that's not matching the other breast. So July 2nd is when I had my breast surgery. Okay. So the first thing happened, I checked in the hospital, of course, and they told me I had to go to radiology to get a blue dye injected into my body, so the surgeon can see exactly where she needs to remove the tissue. Now, I forgot to say in my first video, when I had my biopsies from the MRI and the ultrasound, they tagged those spots. They tagged them with a T1, T3, and I think I had a T6. And those tags, they're very, 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 very tiny. They follow you throughout the rest of your life. So whenever you have a mammogram done, they can see those tags where previous spots have already been flagged. Now, unless you have a mastectomy where you have your total breast removal, those tags will leave. But if you don't have that, they stay. Okay, I forgot to say that in my last video. So when I had my consultation again with the surgeon, she told me, you know, she's going to remove the tissue. I went to see the plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon said, okay, what he's going to do is going to cut me under here on both breasts. He cuts me long way. Then he's going to make an incision from the nipple to that incision, and then he's going to cut circles around my nipples. Now, I still don't know why he did that. I have to ask him that question when I follow up with him. And then she uses those incisions that he made. She goes in and removed my lump. And that lump goes off to biopsy for them to retest my tumor, because the chemo shrinked my tumor. And because I still have a little bit of the tumor left, you know, she removed the remaining and sent it off to get tested. We'll go back to that in a minute. So the day of the surgery, they injected the blue dye. Then I go into to the room for them, you know, to put the gown on. Then the plastic surgeon and my surgeon came in. So I'm like overwhelmed because I got both of them in the same time. And he marks me up, and he's quiet and he's thorough, and he's marking me up and he's measuring and shit. And I'm like, you know, I just want to get this done. I'm overwhelmed. And my surgeon is trying to make jokes because she could see I'm overwhelmed. I'm not laughing. It's not because she ain't being funny. It's because I'm just in my head, my own head. And he's just focused. He's like marking up, circling and marking and measuring. And I'm like, dude, just finish. Then the anesthesiologist come in, and I'm like, oh, it's more people. And he comes in, and he discussed with me, asked me if I'm allergic, you know, asked all those questions. So he, you know, I already got the IV in, and they pushed that stuff in, and you don't even feel like you're feeling, you know, that you're about to go to sleep. You just go. So before I went out, you know, they rolled me out of that room. And the last thing I remember is going into the surgical room, and I see all these lights, and it looked like a warehouse. It looked like a warehouse to me. And I went out. I don't remember. The next thing I'm waking up, they got a gown on me. And I have this bra. I'm gonna show you this bra in a minute. And I'm waking up, and they're like, okay, Miss Tillery, we're gonna, you know, move you to your room. So I go into my room, and they said, oh, the surgeon and the doctor will see you in the morning. So I'm just dealing with the nurses, and everybody wants to take my vitals, you know, and then make sure you eat, blah, blah, blah. All I want to do is sleep. But when I finally figured out, you know, I got this bra on, it's this. And it's Velcro, so the straps come off. It opens up in the front, too. So it's a compression bra. It's to help with the fluid and the swelling. But your girl is smart. Your girl asked the nurses when I was being discharged the next day, I said, can I get another bra? They gave me two. So I have my black one on. And anyway, so the next morning, that night, they want to make sure that you're not getting any blood clots. So you have to move around a little bit, go to the bathroom. I had to go to the bathroom twice with the walker. And then I said, no, I'm gonna go by myself. So I just wanted to share that because they want you to use the bathroom and they want you to move around. So the next day, when the doctors had their rounds early in the morning, my surgeon came in first. She looked at my breast. Oh, you look good, da, da, da. You follow up with me, such and such. Then my plastic surgeon came in. He looked, let me look at your breast, da, da, da. Oh, you look good. You gonna follow up with me. So I had my follow up with the surgeon. She also did a cut here. I'm gonna show you. Under my arm, right here. She took 2 lymph nodes out of me. And she did that because she wanted to make sure the cancer didn't spread. She also removed my port. I have a paper tape to keep it flat so I don't keloid. But this bruise here is where the port was sticking out of my skin. But it's getting better now. Also, I had tape around the nipples, underneath, and right here where he also made incisions. I still have tape on. Now, the original tape on the left breast came off. They said just let the tape fall off on its own, but I removed the tape off the right on my own. Sorry. So I bought me some tape. I bought 2 different kind. This is more of a paper tape. And I bought it more like a gel tape. What they had on me was more like a gel silicone type tape. So I have that. That's paper tape. And this is more like a paper tape type silicone tape. It's more stickier. But I've been using the paper tape, as you can see. Also, they suggested, you wash with a antibacterial soap. And I use Dial. And I had this, I bought this. Instead of Neosporin, they suggested don't use Neosporin. You can use bacitracin or this. This has bacitracin in it, so I use this. So when I took the tape off myself and I washed with Dial soap real good, and then I bought that and I put the cream on and I retaped my own self because when I looked at my nipples, it looked like, how you see a teddy bear whose eye was so back on? That's how it looked. I was like, oh. So I'm a scar type of person. I believe in treat my own self. So that's why I did my research and I got that. And I put it on my breast, take my breast back up. I waited a week later because I said I would just change my my tape every week. And when I took the tape off, I noticed a big improvement in my scars. They healed very, very nice, very nice. And I had a tummy tuck years ago, so I kind of knew how to use that paper tape. Is fire, it makes sure you don't keloid, especially for a person of high melanin. We can keloid. So I didn't want it keloid, so I made sure, especially on my breast, so I made sure I use that and I have no keloids. And my incisions under here, barely can see them now. My incisions here, very, very light, very faint, because my plastic surgeon, did show me pictures of his clients, and he had a lot of African American women. And his work, he's an artist, beautiful work. I have to wear my bras every day. I will follow up with him in the middle of the month, and I follow up with my surgeon and my oncologist at the end of the month. What else about my breast? Lumps. After I think day 3, I started feeling lumps in my breast. I went home the next day. So you are able to be mobile after breast surgery. I was, but I rested. I rest, I relax. But the 3rd day, I felt lumps in my breast and I was spazzing. I'm like, what are these lumps? And I, sent them a message in my chart and they was like, oh, that's normal, just massage your breast. So I started massaging my breasts, both breasts, and my left breast barely had very little lumps. My right breast, I noticed 3 days ago, had some lumping right here. So I, was massaging my breast, very gentle. They're not as lumpy as they were 3 days ago. I had to make sure, so they're healing very nicely. I'm grateful for that. But that's pretty much all I had to say about my breast surgery. I did lose some breast tissue. So all my life, from 15 to 55, I was a 36C. So I had, a little more, right? So he had to cut some of that out, took some tissue, took some skin as well. I think I'm a 36B. I haven't got measured yet, but I think that's what I am. I'm gonna put some pictures of me in a tank top before and after, during before I had breast surgery and after I had breast surgery. So I'm getting kind of used to being a little bit smaller. I feel, in the beginning, I feel flat-chested. I still feel a little flat-chested compared to what I was, but I was able to keep my breasts. And two, he did a very good job because my breasts sit up, they're perky. So I have the opportunity now to kind of have a little more fun with my breasts because they are a little bit smaller. So I can get away with certain things that I probably couldn't get away with when I was a little bit more voluminous. It's my journey. It's something I just have to get used to, and every day I will. You know, every day I'm accepting it a little bit more because the last thing I want to do is reject my breasts, because I don't want to do that. Because he did a phenomenal job, both of them, because my scarring is very, very minimum. It's just a me thing. You know, I have to heal, give myself time. It's only been a month since I had surgery, so it's going to take the body a little bit time to heal. So my next video will be about radiation. I met with the radiation people last week, but I'll discuss that after I finish radiation, so I can give you insight on that. So far, you know, I gotta prepare my mind for that, because radiation, you have to go every day for 5 days a week, where chemo is just once a week. Surgery, one and done. But radiation, you gotta go every day. But for now, that's what I wanted to share with you, was my surgery experience. I'm healing very well. And when I meet with my doctors, I'll share that with you too in my next video. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please hit me up. I'm still learning. It's so much information out there on breast cancer. I'm not an expert, but I am learning as my own journey goes along. So thank you for watching, and I'm grateful. Thank you. Bye.